Hi, this is Courtney Kleina, and this is my speech. It's on my favorite band, Pink Floyd. Reflecting on my listening experiences with Pink Floyd over the years, my first instinct was to assume that most of the written, being deep in psychedelic sessions were on Roger's couch in his beautiful home in London. But the memories that I have of my older cousins and my older friends educating me on the importance of Dark Side of the Moon and Animals, the album. So, going through my catalog takes me back to a field trip that we did in junior high, and The Wall was playing on the back of the bus. And we music heads were just mumbling along, and we could see who, came up with the next effect or discussed the next storyline to see if we could understand it if we were intelligent enough to. Making our teacher, Mrs. Spokane, very uncomfortable as she saw a revolution on wheels with "We don't need no education." So we began with dusting off your collection, as I did, and listened to the married facades you always knew were there but never really reflected on. And so, with further introductory musings, I hope this short tribute does for you as it did for me writing it. If my best friend's older sister not exposed me to Pink Floyd and their mesmerizing lyrics at such a young age, I would have never mastered their catalog with such passion. Wielded like a rainbow reflecting sword, not a year into psychedelic rock's very existence, the Piper at the Gates of Dawn seemed destined, Pink Floyd, for like notoriety. It was supposed to be their coming out album. The collections of songs issued August 1967, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, represented an intensifying UK response to the birth of psychedelics. Hanging out in university life in Cambridge, there was a lot of jazz, blues, probably a lot of drugs, a lot of painting, young artists, and probably, girls conspired. So when they started using the name Pink Floyd, it was in homage to the bluesmen Pink Anderson and Floyd Council. So how does the band stay relevant for so long as they did? I feel it's by being able to roll with the changes, and that's why Pink Floyd is Pink Floyd. A lot of bands with potential crumble at the first signs of any challenge that they would have to face. But there are five significant moments in Pink Floyd's history that were quite pivotal and for the band and its artistic success. So the first one would be the psychological demise of Syd Barrett, one of the band's founding members and the primary songwriter. Basically went crazy and David Gilmour replaced him. Surviving success. Every band strives for success artistically and financially. Achieving that success and surviving it is just a challenge on its own. Um, they had a period where Roger Waters was really alienated from his fans. There is a well-documented incident from the 70s that caused Roger Waters to retreat and formulate the concept album, The Wall. So that's when he sort of disappeared. Obviously, clash of egos. This is almost unavoidable for every successful group. Who gets the credit, the writing credit, which alpha dog fights for supremacy. So they went through all that. And then finally, just old age. Time heals all wounds. And the four remaining members did reunite at Live Aid concert, their first performance in 24 years in London. So everybody knows how good Pink Floyd music is, but what they don't know is how innovative and influential they were for their time. They are essentially the soundtrack of my teen years. Now I'm way into adulthood and appreciate their music even more. Each song has a meaning to me, but it's most intriguing are the stories that most of the songs tell. They all have a meaning. So Pink Floyd single-handedly were the first band to make heavy use of sound effects, leading them to spearhead what was called space rock back at the time. In short, without Pink Floyd pioneering work in sound effects and keyboarding, it's likely the innovation of the art would not be here. So I'm going to end with a poem from Dark Side of the Moon, and it was written by Roger Waters, David Gilmour, and Richard Wright. Long you live, and high you fly, and smiles you give, and tears you cry, and all you touch and all you see is all your life will ever be. Thank you.